In a distant future, where humans had spread across the stars, there was a vast galaxy known for its unique planets. One of these planets was Earth, a small blue dot that floated in the Milky Way. The Galactic Council had classified Earth as a death world, a term used to describe planets where survival was an incredible challenge. The Council held this classification due to the many dangers that roamed the surface: fierce storms, wild beasts, and poisonous plants. On the bridge of the starship Horizon, Captain Eladron stood tall, gazing at the holographic map of the galaxy. She was known as the fiercest explorer in the galaxy, and her crew respected her for her strength and intelligence. Among her crew was Zephyr, a bright scientist from the planet Xylon, and Terra, a skilled pilot from the moon Elysia. Together, their mission was to learn more about Earth and its peculiar life forms. "Captain, I've been analyzing data about Earth," Zephyr said, his voice filled with excitement. "It's full of varieties of life, but the most interesting is their domestic animals, especially their cats." "Cats? What makes them so special?" Ella inquired, raising an eyebrow. "They're small, quick, and have a curious nature. They're known to be very friendly, yet they have fierce instincts," Zephyr explained, tapping at the screen. "Humans have kept them as pets for thousands of years. They thrive in environments filled with danger." Terra laughed. "Are you saying humans live in a world of danger and have chosen these little furballs as companions?" "Yes," Zephyr replied enthusiastically. "And I believe studying them might help us understand how humans, as a species, handle danger." Ella nodded, intrigued by this idea. "All right, let's plan a visit to Earth. But we must work carefully. The Council's warnings about Earth must be taken into account." The crew prepared for the journey. They landed in a quiet town surrounded by thick forests and sparkling lakes. As soon as they stepped out, they felt the freshness of the air and the soft rustle of leaves. Ella put on a protective suit, but Zephyr and Terra decided to trust the environment since it seemed peaceful. Suddenly, a loud meow echoed from behind a bush. The crew turned to see a small, fluffy orange cat peeking out, its eyes wide with curiosity. It approached slowly, flicking its tail, and came right up to Terra. "Look at this little one!" Terra exclaimed, kneeling down to pet it. "He's adorable." "Be careful, Terra," Ella warned. "Remember, Earth is a death world." Before Ella could finish her sentence, there was a sudden crash in the nearby bushes. A wild boar burst through, snorting loudly. Ella instinctively grabbed her blaster, ready to defend her crew. The little cat, however, stood its ground. It puffed up its fur, hissed loudly, and swatted at the boar's legs. The boar, startled by the tiny creature, decided to retreat back into the forest. "Did that cat just scare off the boar?" Ella asked, astonished. "It seems so." "They have guts?" Zephyr noted, amazed by the unexpected bravery of the small creature. The crew spent hours observing the cat, which they named Sparky. It followed them wherever they went, always curious and playful. They learned about Earth's other dangers, but the presence of Sparky made them feel strangely safe. After settling in for the night, the crew gathered around a holographic projector in their ship to review their findings. "We need to take more than observations back to the Council," Zephyr suggested. "We could take Sparky too. He could represent the resilient spirit of Earth." "No, we can't just take a creature from its home," Ella replied. "But we can study its habits. We might uncover new survival techniques." Night fell, and the team retired. But Ella couldn't sleep, thinking about the wild nature of Earth. What if they could learn something valuable from Sparky? The next day, they followed Sparky deeper into the woods. The cat led them to a small cave filled with bones of various creatures. The crew exchanged worried glances. "What could do this?" Terra whispered, glancing around. Suddenly, a low growl echoed from the cave. A gigantic wolf emerged, its fur matted and eyes gleaming with hunger. Ella instinctively raised her blaster, ready to protect her crew. Sparky, however, took a step forward, hissing fiercely at the wolf. Surprisingly, the wolf paused as if caught off guard. It seemed that the small cat was commanding respect even from such a fierce predator. "This cat isn't just a pet," Zephyr said, eyes widening in realization. "It holds a special place in the food chain here. It's a survivor, just like humans." With Sparky's unlikely bravery, the wolf decided to retreat. The crew exhaled in relief, amazed by how a small house cat could influence such danger. Ella looked down at Sparky, her expression softened. "You really are special, aren't you?" she murmured. After the encounter, they spent days studying Sparky and gathering data on its behavior. They learned not just from the cat, but also about Earth's ecosystem and how everything was connected. Finally, it was time to return to the Galactic Council. The crew packed Sparky carefully into a small cage with soft padding. Before they left, Ella knelt to pet Sparky one last time. "You've taught us so much. We'll share your story with the galaxy." When they returned, the council was skeptical of their findings. "Cats? You're reporting that a house cat is the key to understanding Earth?" One of the council members scoffed. But as they shared their observations, how the cat engaged with predators and adapted to its environment, the council began to listen. They realized that this little creature embodied resilience, just like humanity itself. In the end, Sparky became a symbol of Earth's spirit, a reminder that even in the harshest of worlds, strength could come in the smallest of packages. Ella's crew had brought more than just a cat back. They had uncovered a story of survival, curiosity, and the bond that could exist between species, one that echoed throughout the galaxy. From then on, Earth was looked upon with new respect, not just as a death world, but as a home for resilient souls. The Galactic Federation classified Earth as a death world. The designation wasn't entirely inaccurate. Earth's history was a tapestry woven with violent weather, deadly creatures, and a species humans that seemed to thrive on conflict. The Zidonians, a peaceful, plant-based species, found the whole thing terrifyingly fascinating. Their ambassador, Xyler, a being resembling a large, sentient orchid, had been assigned to study Earth's inhabitants. Xyler's research vessel, the Petal, orbited high above a bustling city. His sensors picked up the usual chaotic energy signature, massive energy consumption, rapid population growth, and a cacophony of sounds that ranged from joyous celebrations to alarmingly aggressive arguments. His team, a motley collection of Zidonian botanists, and a nervous Grolakian translator named Glur, were equally fascinated and terrified. Glur, a creature that looked like a cross between a furry egg and a worried badger, kept nervously twitching his whiskers. "Are you sure, Ambassador, that these humans won't, consume us?" Xyler gently swayed his petals. "My analysis shows their aggression is largely internal. They seem to have developed complex social structures that mitigate widespread violence. Their history is complicated, but it is far from hopeless." One particular observation caught Xyler's attention: a small, furry creature, seemingly domesticated by humans. It was a cat, a creature that, despite its harmless appearance, possessed an alarmingly high kill rate for its size among Earth's smaller animals. The Galactic Federation's database held scant information on the species. Their only record was a cryptic entry mentioning unpredictable behavior patterns and remarkable hunting capabilities. Intrigued, Xyler ordered a closer investigation. A small probe was dispatched to Earth, disguised as a fluffy, oversized dandelion. It landed near a park, carefully observing a human woman playing with her cat, a sleek creature with emerald eyes and a surprisingly smug expression. The probe, equipped with advanced sensors, monitored the cat's behavior. Its findings were bizarre. The cat, named Mittens by its human, displayed a startling array of behaviors. It meticulously groomed itself, displayed complex social interactions with the woman, and then, with a sudden burst of speed, captured a small bird with surprising efficiency. The probe's data was relayed back to the petal. Zyler and his team were flabbergasted. The cat's hunting instincts were honed, its social intelligence surprisingly high, and its level of domestication was unusual compared to other domesticated species in the galaxy. Glur shrieked, It's like a miniature, furry apex predator. And they keep it as a pet? Zyler, however, saw something else. The cat's presence seemed to calm its human companion. Its playful purr seemed to reduce stress levels, and its very presence offered a surprising amount of comfort. Perhaps, Zyler mused, this is the key to understanding humans. Their aggression is not absolute. They have a capacity for both violence and affection. And these cats, they seem to act as both a focus for their aggression and a source of comfort. The next few weeks saw the petal studying numerous cat-human interactions. The team observed cats hunting, playing, sleeping, and, surprisingly, providing comfort to their human companions during moments of stress or sadness. The cat's seemingly contradictory nature, fierce hunter and loving companion, fascinated the Zidonians. The research took a surprising turn when a small group of humans, noticing the strange dandelion-shaped probe, took it back to their lab. The humans, led by a curious young scientist named Dr. Anya Sharma, quickly deduced the probe's nature and its alien origins. Dr. Sharma, rather than resorting to hostility, cautiously approached the alien craft. The ensuing exchange was surprisingly amicable. The Zidonians, through the translation efforts of Glur, explained their research, while Dr. Sharma revealed her own insights into the complex relationship between humans and their feline companions. Dr. Sharma suggested that cats, while predators, act as a conduit for humans' innate aggressive impulses. The act of caring for a cat, she explained, helped humans channel their primal instincts in a safe and controlled manner. Furthermore, the cat's soothing presence helped to offset the daily stresses of human life. The Zidonians were stunned. The implications were far-reaching. Perhaps, the Deathworld designation for Earth wasn't entirely accurate. Humans, guided by their inherent capacity for both violence and affection, had found a unique way to maintain a fragile balance. And the key, paradoxically, seemed to lie in their seemingly innocuous feline companions. The Federation reclassified Earth. The designation Deathworld remained, but a new subcategory was added, Deathworld with remarkably effective stress management program, Feline Division. The image of Mittens, the sleek emerald-eyed cat, was included in the revised report, a testament to the unexpected ways life, even on a death world, finds a way to find balance. And it all began with a cat. In the distant future, Earth had become known throughout the galaxy as a death world. This title was given because of the many dangers that lurked on its surface. Giant predators roamed the land, poisonous plants thrived in the jungles, and fierce storms often swept across regions without warning. Many alien species avoided Earth, fearing its volatile nature. However, one day, an exploratory spaceship from the Talarian Empire decided to visit this planet. Led by Captain Zira, a brave and curious leader from a species known for their intelligence and adaptability, the crew was eager to learn about the strange world that had been deemed too dangerous for most. As they landed in a small clearing surrounded by trees, Zira and her team stepped out of their ship. They were amazed by the vibrant colors of the plants and the sounds of creatures echoing from the forest. "Let's start our exploration," Zira said, her excitement bubbling over. The crew included her second-in-command, Jace, a towering being with tough blue skin and 4 arms, and Lyra, a small but sharp-eyed scientist with a knack for understanding strange languages and creatures. They moved carefully, scanning their surroundings for any signs of danger. After several hours of exploration, Zira's team reached a small village. The houses looked friendly, made of wood and surrounded by flowers. The villagers, human beings, appeared calm and curious about the newcomers. Zira approached the humans, and Lyra activated her translation device. "Greetings, we are travelers from afar," Lyra said, her voice clear. The humans looked at them in surprise. A tall human, named Mark, stepped forward. "Welcome. We did not expect to see visitors from beyond the stars." Mark was a kind man, and after they exchanged greetings, he invited the crew to his home. The interior of the house was filled with warmth and laughter. Zira and her team quickly discovered that these humans had a secret: their beloved pets, house cats, roamed freely. The aliens watched in amazement as a small, fluffy cat with bright green eyes jumped onto Zira's lap. The cat purred loudly, as if it were the happiest creature in the universe. "What is this creature?" Zira asked, stroking the cat's soft fur. "That's a cat," replied Mark, smiling. "They may look small and harmless, but they are incredible hunters." Jace raised an eyebrow. "Hunters? How can such a small creature be dangerous?" Mark chuckled, "You'll see." He then told them stories of how cats used their sharp claws and quick reflexes to catch mice and insects. Lyra, fascinated by the tales, began to take notes. The aliens had always thought of Earth as dangerous because of its large predators, but this small creature had an impressive ability to thrive in such an environment. Later, they moved outside. Mark, eager to show off the prowess of the cat, tossed a small ball into the garden. In an instant, the cat was off, zooming after the ball with agility that left Zira and Jace stunned. "Impressive!" Jace exclaimed, taking a step back in surprise as the cat leaped high into the air to catch it. As night fell, the team shared a meal with the humans. They exchanged stories about their lives, their cultures, and their experiences in the galaxy. The humans spoke of their history and creativity, sharing tales of astronauts who had gone beyond the stars before them. When it was time for the crew to return to their ship, Zira felt a sense of kinship with Mark and the others. "Perhaps we can learn from each other," she said. "Your world is unique. We may call it a death world, but it seems to have its own wonders too." With a warm smile, Mark nodded. "And perhaps we can help each other understand the universe better. Maybe one day, our worlds can be allies." As they prepared to leave, they realized the cats were watching them with curious eyes. Lyra had an idea. "What if we took a few cats back to our ship? We could study them and learn more about how they survive on this planet." Zira thought for a moment but then shook her head. "That might not be wise. Cats are a part of their world. We should let these creatures remain where they belong." Mark agreed, "We're glad you appreciate them. They are more than just pets, they are family." The Tolarian crew returned to their ship, filled with new ideas. As the engines roared to life, Zira looked down at the small cat that had curled up on her lap, resting peacefully. "Little creature, you have shown us a side of Earth that we never knew," she whispered. When their ship lifted off, Zira and her team watched the village shrink below them. They had entered a world filled with danger and uncertainty, but they had discovered joy and wonder too. The cat remained a symbol of their encounter, a reminder that even in a death world, life finds a way to thrive. Back among the stars, stories of Earth and its unexpected marvels would spread throughout the galaxy. The Tolarian Empire would remember their adventure with the humans, and the little cats that brought laughter and warmth to a world previously viewed as just a perilous place. In the end, it wasn't just a planet filled with danger but a place brimming with life, stories, and friendships waiting to be formed. And as the tale of their exploration continued, the aliens began to think of Earth not only as a death world but as a place of incredible resilience, all evolving around the unexpected charm of a small, furry hunter known as a cat. The Zidonian survey ship, the Stardust Drifter, hung silently in Earth's orbit. Captain Xylos, his 6 eyes blinking in the dim light of the bridge, reviewed the data one last time. Earth, designated Death World by the Galactic Federation, was a planet of violent weather, unpredictable geological activity, and, most alarmingly, a species called humans. Their technology was primitive, yet their capacity for self-destruction was staggering. The Federation had classified Earth as a no-contact zone, a place to observe from afar, but Xylo's curiosity had gotten the better of him. His second-in-command, the stoic Lieutenant Zyl, spoke, his voice a low rumble. "Captain, the sensor readings remain consistent. High levels of aggressive energy signatures, widespread environmental instability." "I know, Zyl," Xylos sighed, his multiple arms fidgeting. "The reports are grim. Yet, there's something else. A subtle energy signature, unlike anything we've encountered before. It's faint, but widespread." Xylos had spent months studying Earth's data, noticing inconsistencies. The Deathworld classification didn't fully capture the planet's complexities. This new energy signature, barely detectable, was the anomaly he hoped to understand. He decided to send a probe closer to the surface. The probe, equipped with advanced sensors, descended through Earth's atmosphere. It landed in a sprawling, green area, what the humans called a forest. The probe's camera relayed images, lush vegetation, towering trees, and creatures. Small, furry creatures with sleek bodies and wide, curious eyes. Back on the Stardust Drifter, Xylos watched, his multiple hearts pounding in unison. The images showed the creatures interacting with the humans, seemingly without fear. The humans, in turn, showed affection towards them, stroking their fur and providing them with food. "What are they, Captain?" asked Zyl, his voice laced with a hint of bewilderment. The readings from the probe indicated a negligible energy signature from these creatures, yet they seemed to have a profound influence on the humans. Xylos ordered a closer examination of one particular creature. The probe zoomed in, focusing on a fluffy creature with orange fur. He had seen these creatures numerous times on the humans' data streams. They called it a cat. These cats seemed to have a calming effect on the volatile humans. The sensor data showed a peculiar frequency emanating from these animals, a low hum that resonated with the human brainwaves. "Their effect on the humans is extraordinary," Xylos exclaimed. "The energy signature I detected. It's coming from these cats." Days turned into weeks as the probe continued its observation. It observed humans playing with cats, cats sleeping on human laps, and an undeniable bond forming between the two species. The humans, normally prone to violence and conflict, were significantly more relaxed and less aggressive in the presence of the cats. The sensor data supported this observation. The levels of aggressive energy signatures decreased drastically in areas with high cat populations. Xylos's curiosity grew into fascination. He commissioned a more in-depth study, requesting the Federation's top xenobiologists to analyze the data. The response was initially skepticism, then, cautious interest, and finally, profound wonder. The cats, it turned out, possessed an innate ability to reduce stress and aggression in humans, a trait seemingly unique to Earth's feline population. The Federation, initially wary of Earth's dangerous nature, began to reconsider its no-contact policy. A team of scientists, led by the renowned Dr. Lyra, was assembled to conduct a more thorough investigation. Dr. Lyra, a specialist in interspecies relationships, was particularly intrigued by the human-cat bond. She reasoned that these animals could be a key to understanding and, perhaps, even mediating the human species' inherent volatility. Upon closer examination, Dr. Lyra and her team discovered that the frequency emitted by the cats was a complex blend of sounds that precisely counteracted the human stress hormones. It was a natural, biological calming agent, refined over millennia of coevolution. Humans, for their part, had subconsciously developed an emotional attachment to the cats, an intuitive understanding of the feline's calming influence. The findings were revolutionary. Earth was still a death world, but a death world with a unique, unexpected element. The small, fluffy creatures, the seemingly insignificant cats, held the key to unlocking the planet's potential for peace. The Galactic Federation's initial classification of Earth was deemed incomplete and needed revision. The Stardust Drifter continued its orbit, now with a renewed purpose. Xylos, instead of focusing on the violent potential of the humans, observed with awe the extraordinary relationship between them and their cats. He watched humans laughing with cats, cats playfully chasing each other, and the overall calming influence of the cats on the humans. The humans, once deemed a destructive force, now seemed more manageable, their aggressiveness moderated by the simple presence of their feline companions. Xylos knew then that the Federation's understanding of Earth needed a radical shift. The Death World designation was a gross simplification. The reality was far more nuanced, a testament to the unpredictable, often paradoxical nature of life in the galaxy. And at the heart of that paradox lay a seemingly insignificant creature, the Earth Cat, a tiny force of peaceful evolution, influencing the fate of a planet and rewriting the perceptions of an entire galaxy. The report Xylos drafted for the Federation was straightforward: reclassify Earth. Introduce house cats.